Okay, so good morning and hello everyone. This is SURESH Singh from Pep-Talks, and I'm the leading in charge of Pep-Talks Club. And today we have a very special guest and very precious moment for me now, and that's none other than SURESH VSR Sir, and he's well known for his EMT magical concepts and some means earth-shaking concepts of analog also these days, and I really like his videos, and he's a well-renowned educator all over the nation. And some very quick facts about him, that he's a very great guidance person you can find on for GATE, ESE, or whatever engineering field you are looking for. And he has a humongous experience, and he has known for his altogether different teaching techniques, and he has served more than 10 years in 𝗲𝗲𝗀𝗻𝗻. He has served in ACE Academy and whatever academy which is better and best in India you can think of, he has served there, not a doubt, and he was one of the leading members and top in charges over there. So I'll not talk much, and just urge Sir to introduce a brief introduction about himself, and please Sir, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, thanks Saurabh. Thanks a lot for actually inviting me first of all. And students, I'd be really happy to share myself with you, share my experience with you. And Bengal and Kolkata has been always my favorite. Since last 5 years I've been there to West Bengal and Kolkata for 𝗲𝗍𝗻𝗀 work. Of course, I'm in Unacademy now. I'm an educator at Unacademy, basically teaching for the GATE ESE category for electrical and electronics. Been serving the teaching, I've been in teaching for last 22 years. That just came out of passion. I mean, there's no driving money, or there's nothing big for us to come into teaching 22 years back. I came out of passion, and then of course coincidentally money and a lot of things have got added in the last 10 years, and corporate style of teaching and corporatism has come in the last 10 years. But otherwise I'm dedicated to teaching. I'm basically an educator for electrical and electronics, and coincidentally, I don't know why, I got a lot of name and fame in electromagnetics, and the reason is nobody teaches. That's the only reason. And the only thing I can say is nobody even learns electromagnetics. So neither anybody teaches nor anybody learns. So, but otherwise, I do encourage people to learn electromagnetics and take it as a serious career option. That's about myself, Saurabh. Thanks.
Thanks a lot, Sir. That was really interesting, great insightful about you, and we really appreciate that. So Sir, to start our session with, we won't delay much with my introduction and all. No one cares about that, I know. Okay, so that's totally acceptable. So Sir, to start with, let me tell you that the name of our college is Cooch Behar Government Engineering College. Okay, and we are a government body, and we really have nice and talented students in our college. I really know that. And in our college, the best part is from the very first year, the students are very much serious about their career. They want to know that what exactly they can do next. They want to know how can they shift from one branch to other. They actually, unlike me, I actually discovered that okay, I'll tell you. All my juniors or seniors, whoever is watching, I was first year I got entered in electrical engineering, and just out of passion, I saw the syllabus, I researched the syllabus, what exactly are the career opportunities, and I saw that no, I am somewhat not for I'm not an electrical guy. I somewhat connect me more with electronics. I somewhat connect me more with BJTs and rectifiers, and how exactly the MOSFETs work. Yeah. I was not more with, transformers don't excite me much. So that was what I can say. So I just changed my branch to electronics. That is what I did. But I didn't change to computer science, which is in hype. Okay, because I don't like much of DSA and programming. That is not my cup of tea, I know. So people are really serious guys, and they are really serious about their career and what exactly to do next. So Sir, what exactly is your preference, that how exactly should you be choosing career, or should you be contemplating that is this for me or not? How should I predict it from first year onwards? Because we have option of branch changing, that is for sure, and we can use that. Yes.
Yeah, thanks Saurabh. This is one doubt every student has got, and especially a quality student always has got. How should he choose a career? Very simple, Saurabh. Everything in every branch of engineering is going to be integrated with computer science. You could be a mechanical engineer who is supposed to be, doing something with engines and something doing maybe something with, pulleys and gears and all. But you won't physically in the fabrication part. You would actually be in the design part, which is totally not done with mathematics and calculations and pen and paper. It's done through computer science and softwares. So the first thing I would like to tell you is electrical, electronics, mechanical, civil, whatever your branch is, you should be tech savvy to use a computer or a software which is for your necessity. So if you're from electronics, suppose you got to learn 𝗶𝘳 or simulation softwares, and you got to learn VLSI, Cadence, or you got to learn MATLAB. Because gone are the days where engineers are actually meant to be doing mental work or using their calculators and their skills. They're more done by computer science and computers and computers. So you have to be tech savvy for that. There's no doubt about it. And the world is getting interdisciplinary. Mechanical students sometimes have to learn electronics and go for mechatronics or robotic designs. Electrical students are mandatory in in satellite designs, and they're also important because the power systems is totally handled by electrical students. The mechanical assembly of a satellite is done by the mechanical students. So the world is really getting interdisciplinary. So you have to be aware and open to multiple solutions. That's my first suggestion, right? So if you want to ask something, you can ask me, or you can go ahead with the next question.
Yeah, that was really nice. So the first learning we are getting is you must be used to every single important thing you find. Means especially computer science is very important, very important. You should not fear of computers. You should not fear of softwares. You should be very much accomplished with using any tool.
You can fear coding, because coding is not everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah.
But using a software or using a simulation software, even robotics, nobody actually does actual robotic assembly. You only simulate the arm movement, or you simulate the speech part. It's only in Robo Rajnikant I find him completely assembling himself all the way, and he does it even the screw part also. So that actually nobody does it. We actually simulate one small part of it. So obviously you got to do everything to computer science.
Exactly. You should not fear computers. That is what engineer makes you engineer. Okay. You should not fear computers. Yeah. So the second part being, which Suresh Sir is actually very much expert in every single domain, because he's been teaching for last 22 years. He has watched and seen that how exactly the mechanical guys do good in their career, or do suffer in their career because of some qualities, or any single famous branch you can think of. Actually, sir, in our branch in our college we have just 5 branches, and they are very much famous. I'll name them. That is computer science engineering, that is electronics and communication, that is electrical engineering, that is mechanical engineering, and that is civil engineering. Very much simple. There's no chaos. Okay.
What you call them as engineering is there with you.
Yeah, it's all there with me.
Basic core.
Yeah, it's core and non-core IT jobs, everything is there. So, sir, my next question being, when someone enters in their 3rd semester, in our college, they at least listen 2000 times of GATE preparation, at least 2000 times in their 3rd semester, that you should prepare for GATE. Okay, so the people some are not very much interested in GATE. Some just came here out of their parents' passion, that my son will become an engineer, and they could not make it to IIT, so they make it to government college. We are here, fine. So there are some people who are very good communicators. They are very good planners, so they can do well in their management also. So do you recommend them to go for GATE preparation if their technical skills are also okay, and their management skills are also good, which makes them a manager? So do you recommend them to go for GATE preparation, or they should shift to some their personality development and go for management? Yeah.
Just forget for a few minutes that I come from a coaching institute or come from a coaching background. GATE is not the only option that you're supposed to be behind always. That's my first thing. You always see that you're developing your skills. Could be, could be an postgraduate diploma course, could be a fast track course. And of course, GATE is one of the strongest options that you can go for. It will lay a foundation for your life, no doubt. But careers are so rapidly changing that you can't spend for 2 years on VLSI and sit on and VLSI and say that you want a damn job on VLSI itself. Or you can't say that I'll go for MTech robotics and I'll expect only from robotics. So I want you to be open yourself. I want to see that you are exposed to everything and you're also ready for everything, right? So what I mean is, suppose let's say a mechanical student is there and he's very much interested in robotics. Let him go for robotics, doing a small 6 months PG diploma course or something from Udemy or from Coursera, any site. Let him be exposed to it. Or let's say somebody from electronics is interested in cryptography and network security. Let him do that. Who knows, he might have a much brighter future because his skill may be suited for it. So whatever your skill is saying, whatever your heart is saying, go with that. Go with your passion. Now coming to GATE, which is supposed to be one of the toughest competitive exam, if you clear it, you have much safer foundation for your life. Not only the stipend that you get, not only the respect that you get, not only the assured package. Because sometimes doing a PG diploma course may not assure you a package or doesn't assure you a lifelong guarantee. But whereas if you're from MTech or MS from IIT, you have a foundation for your life, right? But sometimes foundation say ज़्यादा important to the career, and it's more important that how are you settling down finally. At the end of the day, they'll ask you what is your package or where are you working. So you have got multiple options in this present world, right? 20 years back it was a different thing. The world was just opening. But now it's a much opened out world. So you can keep all your options open. You can keep your IM option open. You can keep your CAT option open. You can keep your GATE option open. But generally the students coming from government funded institutes or better institutes, they go for GATE. They secure their future. They get the stipend that they want. They go for competitive exams and do all the stuff that a general hardworking guy does.
Got it. So so what exactly you want to say is, go for what you want, but make sure you end up doing something which is society acceptable, and you end up doing something which is having some good package, because at the end package is what matters in life, right? Your work always do matter, so you can find your passion, you can do it as a hobby, but you need to do some very good stuff and in terms of economy. Okay, that is what you want to say. Yeah, that's really important, and that's what my father also says. Okay.
Nowadays, careers are passion driven. We've got careers which are totally passion driven. What suits for you, what skill suits for you, you can do that. Undoubtedly, you can do that.
You can make your career out of any single passion you have, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Fine. So now dive into GATE preparation. We have made much of basics and foundation who are not for GATE guys, and now let's go to GATE preparation. Okay, sir, what do you advise for someone like me, or leave me? I am in 4th semester now. I am someone in 3rd semester. In our college, they are really serious. So what they should be doing? First of all, getting a good coaching institute, or figuring out what exactly GATE is, or how exactly GATE should be prepared, and what should be the plan, and yeah.
GATE exam is something that you can write in your 3rd year itself. And of course, after final year, you can write and then you can join directly. So it means if you can crack the GATE exam in 3rd year, you have the liberty, time, and also a chance to experiment in the final year, in your 4th year. So ideally, you should start it as soon as you come into the 3rd semester by gathering the material, gathering the content, and you should also know what is its importance post your BTech. Because until that force is there, it doesn't drive you. Because many people don't know that if you are qualifying in GATE exam, which is hardly getting 30 marks out of 100, far less than your BTech percentage. Getting 30 marks out of 100, if you get it, you're assured of a 13,000 stipend. 13,000 की जो stipend आती है, वो लगभग it's half a job, and you get your MTech. So I suggest that you understand the importance of GATE and what are the privileges it has got. If you go to an IIT, who knows, you may be associated with an R&D project. And if you're associating with that R&D, research and development project, who knows, your growth may be in much different way in research. So GATE opens a lot of options. So 2nd year should be majorly spent in gathering the content, getting all your fundamentals right, coming on track, which doesn't mean that you necessarily go to an topmost coaching center with the topmost requirements. You can start it online. You can start it with the scratch and basics, but at least listening to the classes. You listen to the teachers. Make it a habit of sitting in the class. no sir, I'm not able to understand this topic, this is not completed. That is a secondary thing. In second year, all that you can do is sit in the class, bend your back and start following things. At least syllabus to samajh mein aayega.
Got it.
By the time you in the third year, you are matured enough to understand whose content is what. You understand where should you leave it, or what should you absorb and what should you leave it. So that by third year, you are on track and you can surely crack GATE exam. So second year, see that you are assembling the material from the online resources that you got.
Okay. So your advice to second year guys are just go through what exactly is GATE and just accumulate what exactly you need to crack it, right? You need not be working for 14 hours a day, and that is not means acceptable also. Actually, you have done a lot of IIT preparation for 12 hours a day and you are just fed up that now I want some rest.
Second year people, maximum you can give is 2 to 3 hours per day per GATE. If you can give it 2 to 3 hours on a continuous basis, not weekly, 2 to 3 hours, continuous basis, if we can do it, it's always advisable.
Yeah, actually,
knowing the syllabus, knowing the teachers, knowing the content, and also, finish off at least the basic subjects like networks, digital, so that at least the advanced subjects you can handle it in the next year.
Okay. Actually, I'll tell you, you all obviously know, I'll tell you the audience that in electrical electronics in our college or any college, there are 5 common subjects and 2 common subjects for all the branches. I'll name them. First common subject is network theory. Second common subject is control system. Third is signal system. Fourth is digital electronics, and final one is analog electronics. These are 5 very common subjects, and these are in your first, second, third, and fourth semester. I believe working them out with semester examinations is a good idea. I believe, right? If I complete them, I have much low pressure that I need to complete only 2 subjects or 3 subjects in 6 long months, which is quite obvious. I can do that. And if I study 2 to 3 hours per day, as SURESH Sir said, and secondly, I can manage my semester examinations and my fun part too with my college, right? So that is what I can do. And secondly, okay sir, I am done with my second year. So now what should I next do in my third year? Because third year is has a lot of pressure. Be it internships, you need to go for some coding also, because you never know how exactly your GATE exam is going to be. If you land up doing nothing, you need to go for some IT jobs. You need to do some personality development also, because you need to make several interviews and you will be really hectic schedule. And you also need to learn some softwares, like you mentioned, that VHDL coding, like VLSI, that embedded C coding, and these things you need to know.
AutoCAD for mechanical and civil, AutoCAD is mandatory. MATLAB for electrical and electronics engineers. And computer science students, you should be learning Android programming, or maybe machine learning or artificial intelligence, or maybe something like even as advanced as the blockchain technology, the most developing technology like blockchain.
Blockchain, and somewhere down the line, electronics guys are also getting edge in doing the IoT things. This is really getting in hype. Internet of Things,
Exactly.
yeah, it is really getting hype. And 2 days back, I just read a article which was published by some FANG companies that they really need IoT engineers in upcoming 5 years.
Absolutely. IoT is the future. Actually, it is really developing at a slower pace. I expected this to happen at a much faster pace. Don't know why IoT is going to replace with virtual reality. So that's one of the reasons why IoT is actually slowed down. Otherwise, I think the world should have really gone over IoT even 5 years back itself. Because I look at technologies, how they come and vanish also sometimes.
Yeah.
But IoT is really going at a slower pace. But I think in the future, it's going to take up. Sure, it's going to take up. Especially if you look at virtual reality is another hot area.
Yeah. Actually, you have a very large spectrum of watching the technologies. Because you have been in this line for teaching field for last 22 years, and you have done your
very few people know, or even I don't remember still, that I'm an MTech from computer science.
So I know that. Yeah, I saw your YouTube
in the
video.
process of teaching for electronics and electromagnetics, I just forgot that my MTech is from computer science. But otherwise, yeah, my MTech is from computer science, and I was a network ethical hacker 12 years back.
Okay.
So I do know these technologies.
No, that is what I appreciate. That you have been in electronics for so long. You know computer science. you even know mechanical and what exactly, not the core subjects I'm talking about, what exactly they should be doing here. Yeah. I really appreciate that, and that is why I believe you are the best person to start this series with, and I really appreciate that you came here. I'm really grateful to you. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, sir. What exactly? I have a doubt, and that's a really genuine doubt. That is, internships are of two types. That is, one is you can do it in education sector. You can do internships under some professor. You can mail them that I liked your. You go to Google Scholar, search their name, you read their articles, you like that. Yes, this is what semiconductor I like, and this is what I want to do some internships upon, and this professor is working on that. Why should I not mail them? And you write a very attractive mail, and you just mail them. You professor gives you an internship program. That's totally fine. Else you go to industry and you go for internships. So which one you prefer if someone wants to go for higher education?
See, the first one that you told is very one-to-one, and it takes a lot of time to really, come to the correct professor. But that is going to really expose you to the world, but it's going to expose to some R&D project of the professor. The second one, whereas you go to an industry and something, it's more easier part. Because every industry has got some other requirement. So what are your approaches? Both the approaches, Saurav, you have really been good, but let me just tell my view of what is internship. Internship is the gap that you have to bridge between the bookish knowledge that you got and actually what's happening in the world. So whether you do it from an individual single professor or you do it in an industry, you got to do it, and you have to just attend that only because you will be practically understanding what is the industry requiring. You might be learning about BJTs and rectifiers here, but there they are totally IC based. You might have studied a transformer here. There you find that there is no transformer at all. So once you go to an industry, you understand how automation is working. You understand what principles they're adopting, where they're getting the raw material. So internships are mandatory. But the problem is most students confuse between learning a course and internship. Because many people are nowadays, I find many people advertising that we want interns, but actually they're being called for doing some, marketing jobs, or sometimes, they're even called for, just something like, sitting in the front end for a customer executive. So I want you to do an internship which will really expose you to the industry, which could be even free also, but just go to the industry, visit their entire industry once, and stay in that environment for 1 month. That is more advisable.
That will give you a more exposure about what exactly you've learned till date.
I did my internship from Nuclear Fuel Complex, Hyderabad, okay. And it came to me because one of my relatives was known to it. Okay. One of my relatives was working in it. So I expect my students also to have some contacts with your relatives or some way, and just visit an industry. Okay. And I was shocked and surprised when I went to Nuclear Fuel Complex 22 years back as an intern there. I was seeing how the zircaloy pipes are actually fabricated and how the nuclear fuel is being placed into that. I could just see that uranium pellets being placed into it, totally automatic, nobody touches it. So I was understanding in awe what electronics is at the time itself. So do visit an industry, do such certain things where you are exposed to the world.
Yeah, and you will discover some surprising things as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So visiting an industry is more preferred for anyone, whether you want to go for job or whether you want to go for higher studies, right? Okay. And sir, somewhere I have also listened that for IITs they prefer more people who are experienced with jobs. They are having some job experience and now they are going for higher education. Is it? Or they also prefer...
Not exactly. There is a way of entering into IITs through jobs, because if you have got 2 years of experience, you have a separate category of entry called as sponsored candidates. Okay. So there is where they have an edge, that the freshers are not allowed in it. The sponsored candidate means the company is supposed to give a letter that this person is working with us for 2 years, and you can take him for the next 2 years and you can send him back to our company. But practically now no company sponsors for 2 years. These people get some certificate from somewhere and they join if they really have a gap. So many people feel that, the 2 years experience did add something. But actually the thing is, they're called as sponsored candidates, or We also call them as Quality Improvement Program, QIP,
Okay.
which is for teachers.
Okay.
So these are the things where job holders or experienced people have an edge over the regular people.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. So there is no some that कि उसका बहुत अच्छा हो गया मेरा अच्छा नहीं हुआ क्योंकि मेरे पास एक्सपीरियंस नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है ना.
Exactly.
Fine. Fine. Got it. So now the very most asked question in the Google form was, what is the total duration a normal student should expect for a GATE preparation? Is it 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, 12 months, 5 years? What is the total duration?
See, if your basics are all right, and if your college level education, your BTech level education, and your semester study is good, it's ideally 1 year. I mean to say 8 months, which starts off in March and should end off in December.
Okay. Okay.
Which is most practical for the third years and final years, because they should have completed that courses in their BTech.
Okay.
And I think from most of your students in your college who really have the basics, and if they're in third year and final year, it's an 8 months course. But if they're in the second year, it should be a 2 year course, because second year itself they're almost struggling, understanding things, understanding teachers, understanding the level of questions. So it'll take 2 years. Otherwise, if your fundas are clear and semester mein theek kiye ho, so 8 months should be sufficient.
Okay. Actually, this is high time to ask this question because just on 6th, 2 days back, I'm just recording for your knowledge of the audience. I'm just recording this video on 8th of February 2022, and on just 2 days back, 6th of February 2022, we had electronics and communication engineering examination, and 5th of this month we had electrical paper. So Sir has basically given a detailed review and detailed how exactly different ways of doing EMT questions. I was just watching them also on YouTube and enjoying. Even I don't know the concepts, I was just enjoying them. I don't know how. Okay. So
we gave the entire solutions. We gave all the solutions with the team Creatrix and Unacademy coming together, and Ankit sir was giving all the solutions for electrical, and Vishal Soni sir was helping us a lot. We're all forming the team in ESE, and we had a great teamwork. We gave all the solutions ahead of everybody.
Yeah, and a quick magic fact is we had Vishal Soni sir and Ankit Goyal sir in our college before we had sessions like this. Okay.
Yeah, we have a great rapport with them, and awesome.
Yeah, and the confidence of these teachers are just mind blowing. Actually, you can't bet on any question of GATE examination. Okay, that it is correct or wrong, or it will give a marks to all. And I was just seeing that, ye question aaya, give. Sir, I just solved it. Wow, means I really like the confidence of yours. Yeah, it was really great team. So
actually, the students were helping us with the data also. Like, if the question was anything deviated, the students were helping us a lot, because there are around 600 students live, and they're telling us, sir, isme question mein x-cube tha, x-square tha. So we were actually understanding how on live the question can be solved quite easily.
And that was memory based. They have not got any data. Yeah.
Very frankly, it's complete students' contribution in these questions that I should really appreciate them.
Yeah, we also
solving a question to nahi se aaya tha na, that was the biggest confidence.
Yeah, we really appreciate those students, and we really hope that they get very good rank and they will do very good in their career. So a big cheers to students too. Okay, so getting back to our topic. So, sir, do you expect a student to do very good in their third year of examination, and what exactly should the approach be? Like, I am in 4th semester, and many of my batchmates are preparing for GATE examination from last 2 months or 3 months, and they have completed subjects like network theory, digital electronics, or signal system, any 2 or these 3 subjects. So they are in really edge. Okay. So somewhere now, if someone is getting some coaching or some subscription or plus subscription, to be frank, because we don't have any good offline coaching institute in our college, so we have to take plus subscription or some.
And moreover, in online platform, we have become an undisputed, reliable source.
Yeah.
There may be online other platforms, but we have become very reliable. And the reason is multiple teachers at multiple levels. For everybody, somebody may not be very good at basics. For them also, we got a teacher. Somebody who is very advanced, we got a teacher. Like for me, if you look at me, only the advanced students come to me. Somebody who got really very good standards. But somebody, if they want to begin off with somebody, if they want to start off with, we got teachers even for them also. So it's obviously very reliable, undoubtedly.
every market is being targeted. That is not an issue. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we really appreciate that, and we have only one option of going for online education. That's the only option.
16th February, we are starting a batch for the first time, which is only for BTech completed students. Proper batch.
Proper batch.
So first time we are starting it. It's starting with electromagnetics.
Okay.
And they'll need it.
Yeah. On 9th February also they are starting a batch with signal system with 𝗂𝗂𝗀, and
exactly.
Aman Raj sir is teaching.
No, control systems by 𝗂𝗂𝗀𝗀.
Sorry, control systems with 𝗂𝗂𝗀, and Aman Raj sir is also teaching.
Yeah, and control systems by 𝗂𝗂𝗀𝗀 sir is going to be awesome, because it's not only the basic subject, you're getting from the best teacher.
And that is the best teacher of signal system too, because control system has a lot to do with signal system. You need to know what are LTI systems, you need to know what are
exactly
Laplace transform.
Really
yeah, these are the basics you have to know, and that course is really going to be magical. Okay, so you do recommend, the question was, you do recommend students to what exactly a 4th semester student should do. Means we have completed 2-3 subjects, and we are planning according to the plan or the schedule. We will be completing the syllabus by September end at most, because after September, frankly speaking, no one studies in West Bengal, because after September there is a magical period in West Bengal of 1.5 months, and there is Durga Puja.
8 days.
Okay, yeah.
8 days, yeah.
Now that's almost.
I used to come for electromagnetics exactly during those 8 days, and I was surprised to know that they used to sleep in the class virtually. Was whole night they used to be with the pujas and all, and so it's very interesting. Yeah.
No one studies in West Bengal.
No one studies.
Can
I
study.
do.
Yeah.
No one.
So we have a plan. What exactly? Actually, we have a group, and I discussed your session that I'm going to talk with SURESH VSR Sir, and no one believed that you will be live with me. Okay. So they do ask me that please ask him the schedule, that how exactly should we be doing. I'll be there. They are very much sure that they will be completing the syllabus by September end. Okay. Or max by October, and they are really serious aspirants. So what should we be doing next, and what should be the?
Shall I give you a very offbeat solution for what you asked? What you asked. Maybe it could not be very conventional, but let me just tell you. You 3rd semester and 4th semester, second year exactly. I call you as second year students. You should be finishing off 80% of the syllabus, which is sufficiently good, by September. 80% of the syllabus, which doesn't mean that you're following a batch, but you're following teachers, right? You have finished signals, controls, so that you should be finishing off 80%, which means you're following the teachers, and sometimes you're even taking 2 subjects a day. Like Sundays you're spending more, other days you're spending. So if you can finish off 80% of the syllabus listening, and only sitting to the classes, there comes compiling the notes, compiling the questions, rearranging things. That will be there post October and November. And also you'll have to frequently write test series to check whether you're able to hold things or not. So there will be a huge job beyond September also, which means you've eaten things, but you have to digest it internally. So there's a lengthier process of digestion, like writing test series, compiling your notes, or short notes, preparing once again, or revising things. A lot of things will be there. So, but 80% syllabus, if you can finish in second year, I think it's a great benchmark. And now when you come to third year, what you can do is, not only the remaining 20% you will complete, you'll also finish it from a different or second teacher in the third year, so that you get the complete knowledge now. If any topic or any point is missed out in second year, you will fill the gaps in the third year.
So we need to learn the basics, and the first time, or the altogether knowledge we need to gain in the second
level knowledge.
Yeah, around okay knowledge, and we need to polish that in third year, right? For final year, right? Okay.
See, when you have a box and you put stones in it, बड़े-बड़े पत्थर डाल दो, छोटे-छोटे gaps हो जाते हैं. Then put small stones in it.
Okay.
Then put sand in it, and you can even put water in the last. So there's always gaps that you can fill up in knowledge. But the primary thing is the first level knowledge that you have to get it in second year.
Got it. Okay. I got your point. And the thing is, okay, sir. The matter being, there are some tough subjects also. I got your point. there are some tough subjects also, and I was just last day I was just discussing with one of my friends. He's a very serious aspirant, and he is preparing for last 4-5 months, and initially from free resources, then from paid resources, from plus subscription, obviously. And what he told me that he is entirely going to leave 2 subjects from electronics. He was from electronics. So is it a good plan or not? He is going to leave communication system, which is his nightmare, fear, and he can't do that. And one thing is electromagnetics. So one should entirely leave the subjects, or shall be doing some basics, or थोड़ा हाथ पाँव मार लेना चाहिए, क्या करना चाहिए?
सेकेंड ईयर में
थर्ड ईयर में गेट देगा.
जब तक वो गेट लिखेगा, by the time he goes to GATE exam, he wants to leave 2 subjects and go.
Yeah,
that's disastrous.
Okay.
The thought of leaving a subject is disastrous. So you should be preparing all the subjects. Then you can understand 8 subjects questions. If you prepare 100%, 80% questions समझ में आते हैं एग्जाम में. 60% you will answer. 50% marks you will get. Then is when you get into some better position.
Okay.
That's the reason why the qualifying marks are only 30. And you know the entry level marks for IIT is around 55-60 के बीच में होते हैं. If you can get into 55-60. So leaving a subject is disastrous, no doubt. Especially because if you look at electromagnetics, it is very tough when you're learning it. But when you write the exam, you get easiest questions from electromagnetics. It's not tough when you're learning it. Communication, on the other hand, might be easy when you're learning, especially analog part. The questions do come tough there. So communications is a different thing, and electromagnetics is a different thing. Electromagnetics, let me tell you, you get damn simple questions. If you look at the 4 questions in EC this time, and if you finish your BTech electromagnetics semester exam ho gaya to, you see that you can handle them very easily. Did you see the questions from electromagnetics GATE?
Actually, I didn't learn electromagnetics yet. Yeah.
You're not still finishing.
Yeah.
So don't leave a subject and go. See, leaving a subject means already you're going without the proper equipment to the VAR. When you go to a VAR, you have to be totally protected. Even a small gap can harm you a lot.
And
so sometimes so leaving a subject is totally disastrous. Yeah, leaving in second year you can do it. Sir, second year mein mujhse nahi hota, sir. Those things I do understand. Third year also, sometimes I'll tell you something. Okay, fine. In third year you left it, but certainly don't leave it in your final year attempt again. Because by the time you come to final year attempt, you are far matured enough, and you understand what exactly are your loopholes. Am I clear?
Yeah, you are very much clear. That you must not be leaving the subject entirely. So the friend who was asking me, or whoever is thinking that I should be leaving a subject from any branch. Every branch has got some. I'm an electronics guy. I'm talking about communications and electronics. You are a mechanical guy. You must be thinking of theory of machines. That's totally acceptable. Okay, so don't leave the subject. At least prepare its basics. And as Sir told, believe me, mechanical guys, my mechanical friends, electromagnetics is a devil for us, and we can't imagine that, and we don't want to imagine that too. But Sir is
tell them that it is vector calculus that they do divergence curl. Immediately they remember it and they say it's horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
So mechanical civil students, it's all about divergence curls, not the mathematics, the physical interpretation of what is divergence, what is curl, what is gradient, what is del square.
Exactly. So don't leave the subject. Don't dare to leave the subject. Rather, do it completely. If you don't connect yourself to the subject, that's an entirely different call. But most of the times, tough subjects do count easy questions in them. Okay, so that was Sir told.
See, it's a simple logic. The topper gets 80 marks out of 100. Let's say 80, 85. Last time Siddharth Sir was
got 82 marks. Yeah.
But 82, right? A teacher who teaches all the subjects has got 82. What about a student? Let's say he'll get 75. But that 75 student, ask him, he should have studied all the subjects and he should have been writing his GATE exam for the 3rd time and then got 75. Now you think of leaving a subject and then reaching close to even 50 में get stuff. So मेहनत ये है कि तुम्हारे दिमाग पे काफी strain होती है कुछ subject पढ़ते वक्त. पढ़ो उनको लेकिन. That is what his hard work is. You are getting irritated. You get you feel the subject is hopeless. I'm not able to understand. Overcome those things. That is what hard work is.
Yeah. That's what makes you actual engineer, because in the field you have to see these things, right? Okay. So one more very uneasy fact I'll share with you, which many of our students do, unlike me. We as a student don't, many students do, not all. We as a student don't rely for pocket money on our parents. I do work for my income. I do work as a manager in one of the firm, edutech firm, and there I am a manager, and I have to work whole day. I have to work almost 10 hours a day, and then I have to take time for my studies. Then I have to take time for my club activities, like I'm doing with you, and I really enjoy those. Okay, so these are the. So what exactly do you prefer to those guys who are doing some income and doing some jobs and doing some freelance as well? So what exactly your advice to them?
So those who are doing those and studying, you are the people who are going to surely shine in life, because you are getting used to hard work, which is what is important. So the first thing I suggest for all of you people is segregate your work or segregate your life. Prepare a perfect timetable that they don't overlap. And also see that you are able to extend yourself. थोड़ी और खींचना है आपको. You may have to compromise on sleep. You may have to compromise on some friends and some parties. All you have to do is those things only. So let's say morning 5 to 7, you have got absolutely nothing to do and you're only sleeping. Put that for your studies. Night 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, generally I go with social media. Suppose let's say I'm using my social media account or Insta or something. Reduce that to 1 hour. Compress your other things and see that you're putting it on the right thing. We as a teachers also went through this period. In 2010, when I went to 𝗵𝗍𝒻, my second son was 6 months old. And it was with great difficulty I left him and have to take a class. I missed most of my kids, crucial phases when I was very busy as a teacher. I did compromise on it. In fact, अगर मैं उनके साथ होता तो भी उनको याद नहीं रहता तभी कि my dad was there with me. But I miss it. So you have to compromise. But I missed it nearly for 6 years like that. And 2017 onwards, I started decreasing my load and I started to stay with my kids. But those 6 years now, they give me a lot of edge in my life and my career. मतलब मेरे को इतनी comfort zone पे लेके गए ना. That's what you should be thinking always. You may feel that today I should not miss my Saturday evening party, but miss it today, you will have more such parties in future. So segregate karo life ko. 10 hours work कर रहे हो ना, you are working for 10 hours ना.
10 hours.
Say to yourself that you got 14 hours more.
Yeah. As a fresher,
you said you have got.
As a fresher, I am also expected to work for 12 hours. They are not compensating for that. Yeah.
So say that you got 12 hours more, right? अपने आप को बोलो कि यार मेरे पास और 12 घंटे हैं, तो उसमें ना 6 घंटे सो जाओ. Then you'll say I got still 6 hours. So that's how you have to segregate yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I also do appreciate whoever is working in our college, and I really do. But now actually, sir, we have got the notice of college reopening, and we are finally going to college. I never went to my college. I did my online admissions and going for my online courses and all. But finally, we are going to college on this month 15th. Our college is reopening, and now I'll have to leave my job, and that's all. I did my job all left, and that is only will be reflecting in my CV or whatever. That's quite cool. So, so the point is, you should be doing hard work, should not be leaving it, and should be accountable to whatever time you have left apart from job, right? Yeah.
And if it is any work from home chance or anything, don't leave your job. Try to balance.
No, we are doing it work from home only. I am doing it work from home.
Yeah, then you toggle, right? Try to toggle. Don't do any injustice anywhere. Do some injustice to yourself, but not to your job or colleges. Yeah, अपने साथ थोड़ी बहुत injustice होती है, but sometimes you have to compromise. Yeah. And see that you're able to toggle. अभी भी college if it's starting ना, try to balance.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so sir, my next question being, if by chance, because we have this is the question of many are sitting like this, depressed that यार गेट तो बर्बाद हो गया, अब क्या करें, ठीक है. So what is your reply to them, because they have been really waiting for these moments. They have been seeing this podcast so long that Saurav will ask this question to Sir and Sir will share some magical lines. So sir, what should they be doing now? Because I'll tell you what you have now. You have some PSU examinations. You have some you have 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 examination coming up from 𝗃𝗏𝗃 notification has yet not been declared, but they will for sure. And there are some MTech MS examinations. If you have qualified GATE, you need to go to centers, you need to give examinations. First of all, you need to apply. Then you have opportunities in FPM, Fellowship Management Programs from IIMs. You have you don't have opportunities in NITI Bombay because they need really good GATE score. And these are the opportunities you have. I'll come to them one after another, and just let Sir speak that what exactly they have told me.
Let's get back to that GATE 𝗵𝗏𝗀𝗶𝗃 wala question. That's very important.
Yeah.
Is it the final years who are thinking it, or second years and third years? Final years.
Yeah.
Okay. Students, let me just tell you, final year is just beginning of your life. Just beginning of your life. You may be thinking, no, we are 21-year-old and we have seen everything, and no, you're not. And GATE 𝗵𝗏𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃 is not at all right. Because students, success never comes in the very first attempt. Olympics and GATE exam are similar. You will see a lot of such failures, and then suddenly when you reach that success level, then you will forget all these failures. So GATE 𝗵𝗏𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃 is not at all correct term for final years especially. If you have attempted 3 times and then if you done it, I accept it. Your third attempt could be a failure. Your first attempt is not a failure. You eat parathas, right? Or idlis.
Yeah.
Very first idli may not satisfy me, but the fourth idli does. It doesn't mean that the fourth idli I should have been eating it first. Yeah. So is GATE exam also. Failure and all these things are part of moving towards a success. Is in this route many people will drop out, no doubt. GATE is not a 100-meter race. It's a long 1 kilometer, 10 kilometer running. So not everybody can come to that success level. So my suggestion for final years is very simple, students. Don't say that GATE 𝗵𝗏𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃. You have just started, man. You have just taken the first take at it. आपने पहली चांस लिया है बस, या दूसरी चांस लिया है. Rectify from your mistakes. कहाँ गलत थे आप लोग सोचो ना. Just think of what subjects did you go wrong. Why did you go wrong? Did you forget the formula? Did you miss your calculations? Pick your energies back again. Now, some people should have done only silly mistakes and calculate. उसको सुधारो ना. Some people have left some subjects. उसको सुधारो ना. So GATE 𝗵𝗏𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃 मतलब solution क्या है? उसकी वजह क्या है तो सोचो ना. Night 10:30 I've got a class actually on GATE opportunities. Okay. Maybe I should convert it on this topic now.
Okay.
Surely I'll take a special class on this topic, and I'll surely motivate you, because finally, students, you have lost nothing. You just lost nothing in mishandling your GATE exam. You have got all the chances to recover.
Yeah, even you have got 10,000 or 7,000-8,000 rank, you have really good chances in terms of research career. PhD is very good option for you. You can get those in IITs or some good institutes. For PhD scholars, you're getting 32,000 stipend. If you're not living in the hostel, you're getting 7,000 HRA. What else you need? You are not in a job. Yeah, that's a good option. Yeah, people don't consider it because they
remember that 13,000, 12,000, 13,000 people qualify in GATE getting the 25, 26 or 30 marks, which means it's a really tough exam.
Yeah.
It's a really tough exam, and you should not expect that soon after your final year you should be ending up, cracking it. You can take one more chance, and you should take a chance by taking all the positive energy back. You should not take this negativeness. कि भाई मेरा हो गया नहीं हुआ. It's not that. You should pick up from scratch and then go with the positive energy.
Exactly. So you have lost nothing, and you have lot more roads to go. Yeah, I understand. Okay. So sir, coming to our next question, which I have in the Google form, that is actually these days the education or the format of education has entirely changed. 3 years down the line, when I was admitted to a coaching institute for IIT, the teacher, who was very famous teacher, very good teacher, I really grateful to him. He used to teach physics in a board. I used to have a copy before me. I used to note down every single thing whichever teacher told. But now the format has changed to this is my laptop. I am interacting with teacher. He has some slides. He is having a pen tablet. He is writing on the slides. Already the questions are written over there. Sometimes the approach is written over there. There are some graphical. There are some visual effects that makes me more easy to understand the question. But I am not able to note the question in my copy because I am lacking time. Because the teacher has to deliver more than what they could deliver in the normal classroom. So what shall a normal students be doing? Shall they be adopting to PDF studies, or they should be adopting to writing it means नहीं लिखना चाहिए, सिर्फ formulas लिख लिए या सिर्फ derivation लिख लिए, important diagram बना लिया, क्या करना चाहिए?
You asked a very good question. In the older days, मतलब 3 years back, पुराने ज़माने में, डायनासोर के ज़माने में कहिए या 3 years back, there was a board. अभी भी स्क्रीन है ना, स्क्रीन पे तो टीचर लिखे रहे. शायद टीचर may not obstruct the board by moving here and there. Is sitting at one end. So nothing much has changed. It's a psychological frame of mind of you students which has to slightly adapt. कि भाई ये टेक्नोलॉजी थोड़ी डिफरेंट है, बोर्ड तो अभी भी है, टीचर तो अभी भी है. One valid point that you told is कॉपी करने में टाइम लग रही है. Even that happens in offline when the teacher is very fast. The only thing you could do is sir रुको चिल्ला सकते थे, यहाँ पे चैट में बोलना है. So these things may be there, but let me tell you the positive things of it. Your teacher might have erased it or gone to the next slide. The PDF is available with you. So जो कुछ आपने क्लास के दौरान whatever you couldn't write down, you just download the PDF and fill up the gaps. मतलब leave some space there, whatever you couldn't do. Could be the question, could be a diagram or anything. Leave some space. So that you are adapting to a technology. In fact, very frankly, students, this new technology has helped only the teachers. It's not helped the students actually. For students, it's still the same. It's still the same. अभी भी बोर्ड है, अभी भी टीचर हैं, अभी भी कुछ टीचर जल्दी पढ़ाते हैं, अभी भी slowly पढ़ाते हैं. Some teachers erase the boards. Here, some teachers move the slides. But remember, you got recording here. Do you have it in offline?
No.
You got a PDF. But one thing, let me tell you, writing your own notes always helps. Writing your own notes always is vital. Matlab, you should have your own compiled notes, which could be while the class is going on or after the PDF. After the class is over, through the PDF. अपनी एक notes तो होना चाहिए. Otherwise, it's only a psychological shift you have to make. अपने आप को psychologically थोड़ी change करना है कि भाई technology change हो है बस.
Okay. So there's a simple psychology that nothing has changed. You need to focus on your study at the end, and you have got better platform in terms of education. Yeah, when you talk about education, you've got better platforms, and it is getting better to better day by day because that's a technology thing. Yeah. Okay, so the next question which I have is, sir, the matter is there is a lot of backlogs we have. Okay. मैटर हम कंट्रोल सिस्टम स्टार्ट किया, मैंने SFG स्टार्ट किया, पढ़ रहा हूँ ओके. लैपलास नहीं आता है उतने अच्छे से, फिर बाद में हम आगे चल रहे हैं, हाँ लैपलास रिवाइज करना है. अब सर का छूट गया जो विच आई एम स्टडिंग राइट नाउ फ्रॉम एनी टीचर. आई हैव लेफ्ट दैट एंड गोइंग टू लैपलास. आई हैव स्टडीड फॉर 4 days 5 days लैपलास पढ़ा, यहाँ पर 4 दिन का ये पढ़ाई छूट गया. सो how to manage those? And because just after that sir will give a max 1 hour break, 1 week break, and then they will start with the next subject, and we as a student need to catch it live, because if we don't catch it live we will break consistency, and at the end we will end up we have to leave the subject, we can't do the subject anymore. So how to clear the backlogs? What should your advice to be to backlogs who are having backlogs here?
The very first thing I can grasp from what you asked is 3 things I want to tell you. Learning live is not the only option. You should also use the recording part a bit. Recording देखने में कोई गलती नहीं है. In fact, you got 1.25 speeds and all also to do. But to avoid backlogs, you should first of all see that your post class preparation is good. एक क्लास छूट गया Watch that recording by the time the next class starts. Take up time. It's a matter of 2 hours, na? Take up time, listen slowly, piche karo, aage karo, fast forward karo, backward karo, understand the concept. So you have to take the backup of recording very frequently so that you avoid backlogs. Second thing, my suggestion is, until you finish 80% of the subject, don't leave the subject and go to the next one.
Okay.
Even at the cost of time, 80% subject होने के बाद ही आप छोड़ने का सोच सकते हैं. Like if you look at electromagnetics, you should not leave electromagnetics until you finish waveguides. Okay. Antennas, okay, you can do it in a second, but not. Similarly, if you look at network theory, until you come to that state space analysis or some network analysis parts is there, the ending part. Until then, you can't leave it.
Rather, you can't leave network theory at all. You have to do network theory.
Exactly.
Network theory, signal system is basics of electronics.
Yes.
Yeah.
What most people do is, they do a course for 10 days. Suddenly they announce 𝗃 sir is starting some other subject. तुरंत उधर भाग गए. क्यों भाग गए? सर मैं इसको मैं ना consistently करूँगा आखिरी तक. कुछ नहीं करेंगे. Then the third subject consistently करूँगा sir. And in the process they feel that the first subject they've done it. वो लोग ये सोचते हैं कि पहला subject कर ही लिया उन लोगों ने, जबकि उन लोगों ने 10 दिन किया है. So 80% subject होने तक, please don't leave a course and go. Okay. And for any missing, you take the backup help, recording help, PDF helps, and see that you are covering up. Like if you could not attend the evening 8 o'clock, get up morning 6 o'clock and see that you're finishing that recording part.
It is very easy for those who are not equipped with some job or some employment and all, and they can do it very easily. Someone with doing some employment, they need to take some extra time, they need to take a leave or for one day, and they need to take they need to clear all the backlogs, and that's totally acceptable, not an issue with that. Okay, so sir, in the same line of this question, question comes that what is the sequence of the chapter subjects one should be following, because there's a huge confusion. I have seen people starting with EDCs, and EDC is acceptable. Someone is starting with control system.
You are asking for electronics or mechanical civil also. Oh. Mechanical civil you don't mind, right?
No, I don't mind, because you are not the yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So you want it for electrical electronics.
Electronics.
Let me just tell you, if you are in second year students, or even if you are anywhere, you need to start with a subject which has got 0 basics needed, which is mostly for most people it's networks and digital, right? So electrical and electronic students, you can start with networks and digital. But the problem comes is, by the time you finish these easy subjects, you get more complacent कि भाई 2 subjects हो गए, थोड़ी relax कर लूँ मैं. And then by the time the tough subject comes, your energies are totally down. But if you start from electromagnetics, like subject which is horribly tough, and if you can finish it, you are at a different level, man. Half the headache of GATE is over.
Yeah.
And this worked out successfully in Unacademy 2020 and 2021 also. Okay. So you have to finish off a tough subject which doesn't need basics. Could be maths. Finish off maths, which is really tough and got really good weightage.
Yeah, 13 marks. Really good.
13 marks. Finish off electromagnetics. Finish off signal systems, man. Which, what does it need? Actually needs basic integration, and that's it.
Just some knowledge of graph, that how exactly x square looks and how. Yes, that's totally acceptable. Everybody knows that.
We got Vishnu sir, my colleague for the last 10 years. Superb in signal systems, a very tough teacher and absolutely terrific. You just sit in his class, you'll understand that you don't need any basics for it. So finish off the tough subjects initially. But okay, if you're a slow learner, you can start with easy subjects, but don't stay there. Keep your momentum going. Already told you, when you have a long journey, you can't relax by doing the easy subjects and then stopping it there. So I feel suggest, but one thing, you can't start with communications for sure. Never. You can't start with analog for sure.
Never.
Right? I started analog, no doubt. I started analog last week, but giving all the diode basics. 4 days I was teaching EDC completely, because EDC is not in electrical syllabus.
Yeah.
Electrical वालों को तो basics है नहीं है syllabus में, so we have to start for it. So I always suggest that only. no doubt start with an easy subject, then keep your energies with the tough subject, or start with the tough subject.
Okay. Which need no basics.
Which doesn't need any basics. Okay. You can't start with power electronics. You can't start with machines. You can start. थोड़ी बहुत EMT का knowledge है, electromagnetics है, तो you can start machines. Power systems you can't start because it goes to very advanced levels. Power systems you can't start.
Measurements we can't start.
And measurements you can. Measurements you can because it intermediate 12th class में थोड़ी basics sufficient है. It's too simple. यार वो voltmeter, wattmeter, you can start. You can start and go to that level. But measurements weightage is less now, so most people don't start actually. They don't really start because its weightage is too less. Okay. So you have to keep parallelly seeing that you're finishing of the tough subjects also. Okay. Control systems you can start if your basic complex numbers and maths is good.
For control system, we need only two things. That is some signal system basics and one Laplace transform. That is all you need.
Yeah that's it. So there are subjects where you can start surely because see, sometimes you have to go, beyond your caliber. You have to go. Not every time your journey is going to be smooth in a long journey.
Yeah.
GATE जैसे एग्जाम में ना हमेशा comfort zone मत expect करो. Don't expect you to crack it easily. Crack it by being tough yourself. तुम्हें tough रहना है. You should improve your caliber. You should reach to the teacher's level. You should reach to the GATE level. हम लोग हैं आपके हाथ पकड़ के लेके जाने के लिए हम लोग हमेशा हैं. But still, you should also be mentally strong. This is the I'm really telling you this is because this is my experience with my past students. I've seen 𝗃𝗶𝗃𝗀𝗵, my student, she's cracked IES also. First rank in IES, she's from Bhopal. उनकी success stories हर जगह available है. I can understand how much of hard work she has put in. There is 𝗃𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗵, 32nd rank in IES. He's in Jalandhar now. He has got the highest views on YouTube because he has failed 8 subjects in BTech and then cracked IES. 8 subjects in backlog. You just type 8 subjects backlog 𝗃𝗶𝗃𝗀𝗵, you will get his views completely. Yeah. So you have to go beyond students. You have to go. मतलब थोड़ी ना अपने standards भी improve करना है.
No, I really appreciate students and I really motivate them that go ahead and watch Survi Gautam ma'am's video. Really amazing. She was, I'll give you some basics of that. And she was from private college. She did his engineering in electronics and communication like you and me are doing. And then she go for IES examination. She cracked IES. Then she go ahead for IAS examination. And imagine what her option was electrical engineering. Electronics is not an option in and she studied machines, she studied power electronics, power systems, measurements. These are the tough subjects of these are subjects for which people like me fear electrical engineering, then left electrical engineering, right? And she studied all those and got a very fantastic rank in IAS. And
we got a first rank in IAS. Okay. And highest marks so far record Unica hai. Nobody else could break that record of highest marks in electronics IES, and 50th rank in IES, and she's in Gujarat right now.
Okay. Yeah.
She's posted in Gujarat, and I mean you can watch her talks anywhere. You can find her motivational speech anywhere. She still says how she struggled with English, how her family was not really very positive towards going towards higher education, and a lot of things they had. So.
That's what makes you a gem.
𝗃𝗶𝗃𝗀𝗵 is very motivational. 𝗃𝗶𝗃𝗀𝗵, I frequently, we have a talk also. 32nd rank in IES with 8 backlogs. मतलब कहाँ से वो कहाँ तक गए देखिए. So these are all motivational students. They're all really motivational. Even last year we had few Unacademy students who were very motivating me. कि how they started off when they came. जब शुरू आए थे ना, उनको कुछ भी नहीं पता था. They were not very familiar with diodes also. And then from there they raise their standards, they keep watching classes, they listen to teachers, they take guidance. So you have to raise your standards, students. अपनी benchmark ऊपर करना है. एक benchmark ऊपर करना है अपने आप को.
No doubt. And really all the second year, third year, first year students, they have got really golden opportunity in terms of guidance. That yes, SURESH Sir is there, many educators are there who are really looking forward to guide you without having any asking for any money or anything. Money is not a factor here. Ultimate factor is your improvement, your guidance, and how exactly you can do better in your career. Okay.
Unacademy has got sufficient backup in all aspects, and we got a great team students. We have Ankit Goyal sir, Vishal Soni sir, Bhima Shankar sir, Vishnu Shankar sir, myself, and we got a great team coming from different places. You can certainly believe us. And one thing is, what he told is, money is not at all the factor here. It's not that regular coaching कि भाई तुम पैसा दो हम फिर तभी पढ़ाएंगे, पैसा दो फिर क्लास में बैठना है. We have got huge free content also.
Yeah.
But थोड़ी search करना है, इधर you have to search. If you come for the plus, it's all systematically organized.
See, for the first year students especially, and the second year, third semester students especially, what sir has to offer and whatever I could extract. If I'm going wrong, then please correct me. The matter is, don't take on coaching and spend money immediately. Go ahead for some for free stuff on YouTube. See that whether the GATE exam suits you or GATE exam excites you, the subjects excites you. And if not, then you always can go for some IT field. You can go for some different exploring is what college life has to offer you, and you have lot of opportunities. Undoubtedly in corporate sector there is actually my managers tells me that there is a talent crunch in our company too, that we don't have that talented people, and people are looking for jobs and people are getting unemployed every day. Unemployment rate is increasing so far. So the price worth is for skills. If you don't have skills, you will not get job. If you have skills, you surely get job, no doubt. So that is all. And I believe the podcast has raised its peaks for now, and SURESH VSR Sir has spoken a lot with us, and we have interacted so far, and we have just enjoyed fantastically. There are some questions of students which I will answer. The matter is, how can we connect to SURESH Sir? The matter is, I will be posting his WhatsApp number, his personal WhatsApp number in the description. You will be getting there in the description, and I'll be posting my number too in description. If in case you find any issue or you want me to ask the question to sir, you can ping me always. You can ping sir always, but make sure the question is genuine. That is, don't spam over there. You will be directly getting blocked. And please cooperate with sir. If in case he is not answering you, he has some really busy schedule. If not, then he will be definitely answering me. He has answered
all logical questions. You will get the answer within 2 hours of time.
Yeah.
If it is exceeded 2 hours, you can understand that the question has got some flaw in it. Otherwise, you will get it within 2 hours. Logical questions will get it. Maybe sometimes if I'm on a long drive or on holidays, you may have to wait. But surely you'll be getting the response, and absolutely there's no doubt. You can also directly forward it to 𝗃 if you don't get the answer.
Yeah.
And surely I'll respond back. Through 𝗃 it will be much authentic. Because like, if you feel sir ne answer nahi kiya, so then surely you can forward it to 𝗃 also. He'll put it back.
Yeah. If I find the question genuine, or if I have the answer, I'll answer you. If in case I find the question genuine, I'll just request sir again to please answer it to me. I'll forward it to you. Yeah. That's the one way. And secondly, see, Facebook, LinkedIn is not a very authentic way to reach sir, because that is not the most professionally sir uses. Sir is very active in WhatsApp, and you will also be getting some very fantastic updates in WhatsApp too. Secondly, sir is having some really pretty courses on YouTube as well in terms of electromagnetic theory. If you don't know electromagnetic theory basics, you are the best student for sir. Exactly. Yeah.
Facebook and all, I've finished my friend request and I've created 2 IDs and my 10,000 limit is crossed. So I'm not able to be very active on Facebook because Facebook is a very outdated technology.
Yeah.
And so I'm not very active. LinkedIn, of course, is too professional for students also to interact in it. That's the best channel. Otherwise, I'm on Insta also. I'm on Facebook. I've got 2 accounts. I've got a Facebook page also, but I'm majorly active on WhatsApp interacting because my team also is on WhatsApp with their web WhatsApps there. My team is always there. So they always respond.
Yeah, I understand. All the connection IDs will be posted down in the description. Do check the description for sure. And one thing down the line, please do comment in the description for SURESH VSR Sir, not for me, not for the club, not for the college, for SURESH Sir, because he has really taken out his time to interact with us. I'm really grateful to sir that he has some time to talking with me and talking representing and I appreciate this college for allowing me to represent this college in front of Sir in this global note. And I would like to tell all of you that Sir and all the team, be it Vishal Soni Sir, be it Ankit Goyal Sir, be it 𝗵𝗂 Sir, be it Vishnu Sir, or some names I left, and I really sorry for that. Yeah.
Almost everybody.
Yeah. So for them, big cheers, a big applause for them, and a big shout out to them, and a big shout out to all the technical team working behind this podcast. I am the representative of those. So a big shout out to all the Pep Talks team, big shout out to Priyankar Adhikari, big shout out to Madhurima, big shout out to 𝗏𝗏, big shout out to 𝗃𝗵𝗍, big shout out to all the technical team working out there. First year guys, really great job, and thank you very much for doing this great job, and also helping out with this great podcast done over here. And I won't take the much time of yours. It's almost 1 hour 10 minutes 40-second podcast, and I would like to Sir speak, and what exactly has the perspective of what students should be doing, and that's all. And then we will be ending this session. Hope you like the session. If in case you have any questions, put it down in the comment section. Put it down, all the love reacts, and Sir would really love to see those, and your pretty comments would really appreciate and inspire Sir too for coming up front in podcast again with me or someone else in the next time. So Sir, please give your perspective of what exactly students should be doing in their life, and there are many untouched topics which I don't want to touch now, because the topic will go 24 hours. I don't want that. Yeah. So Sir, please go ahead, and what exactly your perspective for students? 𝗃𝗴𝗶𝗃 student means the government, everything is fine. We can't blame government. We can't do anything for that. What exactly students should be doing? And we have a lot of opportunities, but they are not aware. We are trying to get awareness. Sir, please, mic over to you.
Very simple, students. The world rapidly changes. You adapt to those changes by knowing the changes that are happening. One major change I found is the lack of PSUs, which most people shout at. But at the same time, look at the increasing opportunities because of the new trends. So काफी लोग ना PSUs नहीं है, they stay there itself. Say that the PSUs are losing their charm. They're losing their charm, because I know that there was something called as BSNL 10 years back or 20 years back, which was at its peak. And suddenly those people who are supposed to be the best employees in the country, they're at crossroads now, because the company is not doing well. So whenever a change is going to happen, predict the change, adapt to the change, and stay away from negativeness. Negative log har jagah rehte hain. Stay away from negativeness, especially because in social media, in this present world, there are more people to spread negativeness than the positiveness to encash themselves. हमेशा दिल साफ रखिए. But when the time comes when you have to fight it, we'll fight it, no doubt. You have to fight it as a student. But otherwise, keep a positive frame of mind. Dil saaf rakhiye. Have a fair heart. That will take you to very good levels. Adapt to the modern world. Always be technologically sound. Technology ko अच्छा से अच्छा use करो. Because technologically, if you are sound, you are adapting to the next level, and you will always have an edge above others. That's my suggestion, students. And of course, career options, there are a lot of things. Search out for fast track courses. Think of going abroad. A lot of career options are there. It's not that India is saturated with options. We've got a lot of things to do after your BTech. BTech will become a basic qualification. Uske baad jo kar rahe ho na, that will be your career. BTech doesn't ensure a career now. It's a basic qualification. Beyond that, what are your skills? Are your skills in cyber security? Are your skills in presentations and speaking and those things? Are you a very good digital marketing analyst? Are you an those things will count. Are you good at back-end design? So, apna skills badaiye. As per your talent, increase your skills. That's all.
Yeah, understood. So the Sir spoke. That was the agenda of this meet. This topic. The topic of this whole discussion was, is engineering worth doing in 2022 with SURESH VSR Sir, and Sir totally justified that topic, that yes, it is very much worth doing, and it is the minimum qualification you need to have now, and above that what you're doing, it's what counts in your career. And I really appreciate that, and I really do appreciate your efforts, Sir, and looking forward to have you again in our sessions. And it was really nice talking to you. And I believe don't forget to follow Sir on all the media handles given in the description. Do watch all the electromagnetic magical videos of Sir on YouTube. Do follow him on special classes on Unacademy. There are really fantastic and pretty videos Sir is having on special classes. And that's all from my end. That's all from Pep Talks. And last but not the least, you guys are awesome audience watching out this. A big cheer for those. Thank you very much. Do subscribe the channel of Pep Talks, and looking forward to have you on next Friday podcast. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Sir. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate
I'm
it.
a very modest family person, always with my family. Don't really expose myself to the outside world. But thanks a lot for really bringing me out today and, exposing to your college. And, I'm also very happy doing such things. Otherwise, generally, I'm a very modest man, living in my own world and my own family and, different world. And of course, Unacademy, of course, I do expose myself to. Thanks a lot. Thanks to all of your audience. You've been great. Bye, students. See you next.
Yeah. So all of you, thank you very much, and do press the like button, do subscribe the channel, do comment a very pretty comment for SURESH VSR Sir especially, and with a love react if you like the session, and do share it with all those needy who are not aware, who are lacking motivation, who are lacking awareness. And that's all from my end. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thanks a lot.